another recap of UFC Macau. Yadong versus Figueiredo. Way back with another recap of our first card in 2 weeks. Our first card at 3 a.m. in 4 weeks. That was okay. Yeah, this card wasn't too terrible at all. Actually, it was pretty decent at points. Kinda better than expected, to be honest, how this card looked on paper. And I kinda think this card kinda hit the ceiling it had more than the floor, thankfully. It's actually not terrible. I think there's some really decent stuff on this card, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was a very decent card. Not perfect, obviously not like even best card of the year, not even close, but it's alright. Maybe better than a protest card. And I have to look back on that card. But overall, I thought this card was pretty good. Of course, there was a lot of bad on it, and we'll talk about that. But overall, I thought the good was pretty good. So, what more can I really say there? So, it's good to be back, recapping some fights and all that. That just happened instead of old shit like I was going to do last weekend. I do enjoy doing that. And, yeah, I'm excited to go over some fights that happened about 24 hours ago at this point, from when I'm recording this. And, yeah, I don't know. It's a card where you're not really leaving with a lot to say. It's like, was it bad? Nah. Was it great? No, but it was good. And there's some good moments, but there's some also not good moments. And like I said, it was perfectly fine. So, what more can I really say there? I actually don't mind not doing a recap an hour after a card at like 4 a.m. Tired. I needed to be able to regroup and get ready for it. And that's what we're doing here. So, let's do just that. We're ready, regrouped about a day after everything has went down. Still getting this out on Sunday though. That's maybe the power of this card's weird start time. And I'm excited, so cap some fights. Before we do the last thing to say before that is, of course, the normal YouTube bullshit of please like, comment, and subscribe. And with that being said, unless I'm going to say something which I don't believe I am, did YouTube bullshit. Talk about the card a bit. I think that just leaves us with getting into the card. So, 13 fights from Macau. Everyone made weights, nothing got canceled. Everything is as it was. Not waste any more time. Got 13 fights to go over. Not all of them we talked about in depth, but still. And let's do it. So, UFC Macau Recap. You ready? I know I am. Good to be back. Let's do some recap. Beginning with the first fight of the night that I'm not going to waste much time on, because I don't fucking want to, because it sucked. We had an card opener in the strawweight division to kick off the night with a fight that's not very good and not expected, and not really the greatest opener to a card. That went the worst way it possibly could. We had to begin UFC Macau welcome us back to fight with a dud between Jacqueline Amorim versus Luma Luke Boom May. Yeah, the worst case scenario here happened. The Luma Luke May's biggest issue and the UFC's biggest issue got shown again here, and that is there is no atomweight division. So poor Luma got taken down and grappled and submitted very easily because she's just too tiny to be fighting strawweights. So what am I really meant to say there? Amorum is garbage. I have no respect for her. She's a pathetic joke of a fighter. She's just a shittier, taller Talita Alencar, so fuck her. And I feel for Luma, and like I've said before, I have no idea why they keep fighters like Luma on the roster if they're not gonna make Atomweight. So make Atomweight already. Get that fucking start a hashtag if you fucking have to. And shitty weight opening card. So I'm not gonna waste my time here. Feel for Luma, make Atomweight already. And fuck them more, dumb cunt. We're out of fight. Stop just cuddling to death in round 1. We already know you're still a fraud. And shitty main card, shitty card opener. Actually, probably better than a main card opener. 'Cause at least there was a winner. So yeah, shit starts to the card. Not a good way to begin things. But shit did kick into high gear real quickly of our second fight of the night, the real card opener if we're being honest. As we had in our second fight of the night, our first male fight of the night in the featherweight division. A very good, impressive fight and debut here that really kickstarted everything and woke us up as we had in our second fight of the night. And our first Chinese fighter tonight. Yeah, they didn't do too good tonight. As we had our second fight of the night, really beginning us off, really kicking off this card. Rodrigo Vera versus Zhu Kanjie. Well, we definitely learned that his record was not padded. His 22-1-1 record is very fucking legit and good, so not really much happened here. Obviously the fight didn't even go 2 minutes. Did some striking. Kanji had a moment or two, I think grappling maybe, but then eventually they were in the striking range. Vera clipped him and just went for the kill after that, dropping him the second time and putting him out. Could have been stopped sooner. I don't know why the ref wanted to see Kanji die, but he went out cold. Vera got the knockout in under 2, and yeah, wow, fucking wow, is all I can say here. The UFC got him a good fucking signing here on short notice, that's for damn sure. Yeah, what can you really say here? They made one hell of a signing, and apparently he was going to be on the Ultimate Fighter. Maybe it's good he wasn't on Tough, because he was fucking ripped through everyone on the show. This guy's good. This guy's UFC level, ready, and yeah, welcome. That's all I can say. So crazy. This really kickstarted the night and got, I think it woke everyone up a bit. Very fun, very good, quick knockout, impressive performance. I picked him to win. I did not think he was going to do this. Obviously, I thought Kanji was a tough guy to finish, but Vera has great power and put him down, so love to see it. Great way to begin the night, not for the Chinese fighters, but their night couldn't get much worse in the long haul as we continue through this card. And yeah, great fight, really the great first fight of the night, 'cause no one cares about that other one. And hell of a debut, hell of a signing. Crazy, what more can you say? So with that being said, let's talk about the fighters for the first time tonight. Beginning with the winner here, Rodrigo Vera. Welcome to the UFC's fucking true 22-1-1 now on a 14 fight winning streak. Yeah, this guy's good. This guy is really good. What more can you say? And this was up a weight class on short notice. Wait till he's back at bantamweight on a full camp. Dude, this guy's a problem. And on the day they cut Daniel Mako's Peruvian MMA, and the UFC looks phenomenal with Jose Ochoa, Juan Diaz, and now Rodrigo Vera. The UFC found him a good one here, though. I guess he was meant to be on Tough anyway, and again, he would have easily won Tough. Now it's good to see him here, though. He again, with that record, putting him on tough would almost be stupid with that record in hindsight. And, yeah, 22-1-1, 30 years old. Peruvian MMA, I've not been a biggest defender of that. You should on Peruvian MMA a good amount, 'cause I thought their fighters sucked for a while, like Kevin Borjas, Daniel Marcos. I think there's another one I can't remember. Oh, Claudio Puelles, of course. But their new crop with Diaz, Ochoa, and Vera, they look good, man. They look good. You've got a good one here. This guy might be a legit fucking prospect. He might have just jumped into a lot of prospect fucking rankings, and he should. He should. So, welcome to the UFC. He looks fucking phenomenal, and what more can you really say? So, only got to see him fight for under 2 minutes, and man, he looked good in those 2 minutes. So, can't wait to see him fight again, and this kid might be a problem. This is more rare. Sometimes the UFC finds a gem on short notice, and here they definitely did. The loser of the short notice predicament, though, is the loser of the fight here, that being Zhu Kanjie, not kicking off the night for the Chinese well, but at least he can't feel bad, 'cause a lot of other fighters did not do very well either, as he loses his UFC debut after he might be getting a layup against Roman Tavares. Did not happen, and now he's out cold in his debut. So, like I said, main reason I picked against him here, even not knowing who Vera really was, it's just I was not impressed with Kanjie on road to UFC. It's debatable if he even beat Shaban, who I also don't think's that good, and it just continues to show that road to UFC is not having good winners. Like, Kanjie is just not that good. So, give him benefit of the doubt. We'll see how he does again in his second outing against probably easier competition. But I don't see him doing much in the UFC. I could see him being like a 2-4 guy. Like, he would have beat Roman Tavares easily, but Burgos would have ended him. Vera did end him. Like, he's just not really a UFC caliber guy, and that's kind of the issue we're seeing with road to UFC. We'll talk about that with the co-main as well. These road to UFC guys are just not, especially the winners, are just not performing well. There's been a few good ones. Rongju, Su Yongyu, Runya Nakamura even, you know, he ain't phenomenal still. But Zhu Kanjie was one that I had no hype for coming in, and you see why, so what more can I really say here? I didn't see much from him in the UFC when he won, and that he's here and he's already one fight and losing. I stand by what I thought, so got unlucky here with a short notice replacement, but that's life, and see how he can bounce back here. So not really too much else to say there. So the biggest loser of the short notice replacement from Roman Tavares to Rodrigo Vera. So not a good look for road to UFC to begin this card. Unlucky. And with that being said, sadly, this will not be the first time we ask who should they fight next. Because I really don't know. Rodrigo's going to go back down to bantamweight now, and who knows where they place him there. I usually don't give debuting guys fight ideas after a win, and I'll keep that trend here. I looked, I really didn't see too much you could give him, like, it's like, you gotta give him like a mid-level guy, and I just don't know who that will be, but hopefully he fights quickly. So don't really give fight ideas to debuting guys. I kind of just let the UFC go as they may there, and I'm intrigued. I'm very, very excited for when Rodrigo Vera's booked again. Probably within a couple weeks, I wouldn't be too shocked. And he's good. He's really good, so you could give him a really decent fight in his bantamweight debut. You can give him another guy of this level. I'd imagine the latter will happen, and see what happens, man. So great signing on short notice by UFC. This kid is really fucking good, and hell of a debut, so what more can you really say there? Again, for Zhu Kanjie, not the debut he wanted, but again, kind of expected when he's just not that good, and see where he goes from here. We probably won't see him till the August card in China, maybe, and yeah, just not that great of a fighter, so what more can I really say there? Amazing debut for Rodrigo there, really waking up the card, and should've got a bonus, to be honest. Could say that for a few people on the prelims who got screwed over, and welcome to the UFC, kid. Can't wait to see him on a full camp at bantamweight if he looked this good. Up a weight class on no camp. Peru's on fire right now, 3 wins straight in the UFC, and what more can you really say? So, great fight, great debut, great knockout, and a great way to wake us up at about 3:30 in the morning. So, welcome to the UFC. Peru in the UFC, Peruvian MMA in the UFC is looking better than ever. Love to see it. And then after that we get to our third fight of the night, a fight I was very excited for on paper, and you know, in execution it was even better than I thought it was. I can't believe this fight was actually good, hilarious at the same time, and just why I have many other terms I could use, but still, like, Jesus, this fight on a day later is still just hilarious to think about. As we had in our third fight of the night, going back to strawweight for a real fight this time, a good one as well. As we had our third fight of the night, maybe the upset of the card, Jesus Christ. We had at strawweight, Angela Hill versus Zhang Jingnan. An Angela Hill masterclass in 2026, my bad, at 5 in the morning was not on the bingo card, but it was very much amazing to watch, and how could you just not love to watch it? So this was awesome. What more can you say? This was awesome. Like I say, masterclass, and that's what it was. For 15 minutes, Angela Hill beat the shit out of Jingnan, and I can't fucking believe it still. Not because Angie sucks, just because, like, this Jingnan was a great one fighter. Really? So Angela Hill would easily be the champion in one. Good to know, I guess. So crazy, man. Fucking crazy. Good fight, too. Angie hit Jingnan with everything. Angie just has no power, so unlucky there, but still. Jingnan just ate every punch, knee, and kick humanly possible, and really threw nothing back in return, so I'm shocked it wasn't a split decision, because I don't know, the judges hate Angela Hill, but this might be one of the best performances of her career. A giant upset, and kind of just completely embarrassed one championship here, so amazing to watch, love to see it. How can you not love Angie? Just a good person, a good fighter, still got it at 41, and this was awesome. What more can you really say here? So crazy, good fight too. Could have made a case for getting 5 of the night. It was easily the fight of the night on the prelims, and yeah, crazy. An Angela Hill masterclass in 2026 against a former hyped up one champion. You never know what the fuck's gonna happen in this sport, dude. Crazy, and what more can be said? So let's talk about the fighters. Beginning with Angie now. She's 3 wins above 500 now. and trying to get back to 500 in the UFC, getting her first win since early last year, and getting her best win in a long time since probably Pinheiro. So, and even then, that would just be like a bad luck. So, like, what would be her best win before then? Jesus Christ. Yeah, how could you not love to see it? Kind of shows how fucking good for Team McLean is, Jesus. Angie still got it. She's still Angie. I don't know what to say. She's still really good. She still got it, because she never lost it. And, she would be a champion in one, is what we learned tonight, so... Crazy. Good for Angie, man. It would have sucked to see her lose and ride off into sunset, retire and all that, but I'm happy to be wrong with this fight. I'm happy to see an Angie win, and awesome. What more can you really say? So this was awesome. So I'm very, very happy for Angie. How can you not be? Someone who is not happy is the UFC, and why? Because their big signing just got embarrassed, that being the loser here, Zhang Jingnan. Another person who's not happy is one championship, because God, do they look pathetic. This was their great former champion. Yeah. So one is trash, and so is Zhang Jingnan. Yeah, she sucks. I don't know what you want me to say here. Like, wow. Every fucking time these fighters come over, they just prove that their former promotion is a joke, and that's always really fucking funny. So it's always funny when it happens. Fell for the trap again of picking the hyped up fucking newbie. And, yeah, she sucks. What more can I really say there? So, wow, what a fucking pitiful performance. One championship could not have looked any worse after this fight. Crazy. Great signing, UFC. Great signing. With that being said, the only thing left to be said for the first time tonight is... who should they fight next for Angie? I think there's one fight and one fight only. She's been wanting it for a while. It'd be a good fight to see, and I'd really like to see it, to be honest. I think it's a rematch, if I'm correct. Let's see her running back with Andrade, another old lady in the UFC at this point. Again, I believe this would be a rematch for them, if I'm correct. So, let's see. Well, actually, this is definitely not the way I want to do that. But, yeah, I don't see why not do that fight, because everyone above Angie, she's already fought, or really doesn't make sense to have her fight. And after a performance like this, how can you make a case for fighting outside the top 15? So, a rematch, 10 years in the making almost, and the fight of the night. Again, Angie's been calling for it a while now. Book it, why not? I want to see it. I'd love to see Angie and Andrade throw down in 2026. So, see another grandma battle. Can Angie go 2-0? I might pick her in that fight, to be honest. I just think Andrade is a little bit more washed. And, yeah, book it. Why not? And I would probably say the same idea for Jingnan if she won, but she didn't. So, Angie, let's see her running back with Andrade. So, not really much more to say there. Outside of that, what more can I really say? Again, Jingnan is terrible. China now 0-2 on this card, and yeah, not good. Not good at all. So, great win for Angie. Love to see it. And the fight was actually really good. And who should she fight next? I'm down to see Angie fight Jessica Andrade. A rematch 9 years in the making. So, do it. what more can I really say though? So simple, good fight, fun fight, and how would you not love to see Angie still doing her thing, man? An Angela Hill masterclass at 5 in the morning in 2026 just hit different, so love to see it, happy for her, and guess she would be the champion in the one if she ended up there instead. Crazy how that works out, ain't it? Crazy upset, crazy win, good win, and what an embarrassing showing for one championship. A great win for Angie. Well, and then after that, we kind of go on a streak of one-sided fights. This one, not the full 15, and actually the least one-sided of these 3 fights, but the quickest as well. So that's why, as we go to flyweight for our 4th fight of the card, even though they are fighting at bantamweight here, but they're flyweights obviously, as we have in our 4th fight of the night in the flyweight division. A fight that was quick, simple, and good to watch. We had Ray Saruya versus Luis Gurule. I'm so surprised Luis Gurule is still god-awful. Yeah, because he is, obviously. Not much really recap here. Saruya clipped him on the feet, and made it a grappling match after that, and eventually locked up a neck crank and got the win. So, I think it was a neck crank, not an RNC, but either way, he got something wrong between one of those two, and got to tap in 3.5 minutes. Love to see it, and yeah, simple. What more can I really say here? People are really picking Luis Gurule. I can't fucking believe that. Yeah, Gurule's garbage. He with Perez cut. Hey, he beat Perez to prove he was not the worst flyweight on the roster at that time until Perez got cut. So now he is back to being the worst on the roster, and unlucky there, buddy. So what more can you really say there? Let's talk about the winner. Not really much to say about the fight. For the winner here, bouncing back after a year away, Ray Saruya, now 11-1, 23 years old, getting his first win in 2 years after losing his O to Joshua Van last year, which, yeah, I think that's aged pretty well. And yeah, he looked the best he's looked in UFC in this fight, better than he did in the Hernandez fight where he kind of looked shaky, and he looked good here. He looked pretty good. He looked actually flawless here. His striking, the little we did see, was good, and he got a nice submission in the end, so love to see it. And yeah, good bounce back for this kid, so what more can I say? He might be a real prospect, who fucking knows. We only saw him lose to Joshua Van, so pretty good loss to have. Striking could get better. Grappling is pretty good. Cardio's still a worry. But outside of those few concerns, still super young and can easily improve, so welcome back. Hopefully he stays active, and we'll go from there, so not much to say. And then I'm not gonna waste time clicking on Gurule. He's still terrible. 1-4 in the UFC now. They might cut him, they might not. I don't think they will, but we'll see. Hopefully. Fingers crossed, but who knows, and I don't care, so simple. That being said, the only thing left to be said here is, who should they fight next for the winner here? Ray Saruya. The best idea I could find out of the very shallow flyweight division of guys who either suck or are already booked, or both. The best idea I could find, and I actually did like the sound of, is Rafael Filho. I think that'd be a pretty decent fight. Phil Ho coming off that Durden loss where he looked terrible. Now 3-3. Cerulia could get a big step up there. It would be a good win for him because I would pick Cerulia to win that. I say do it. So, like, I don't really know. Like, who else could you have him fight? Like, Hocha, I don't see the point in that. Like, Aguilar got cut, so that ain't happening. You're not gonna have him fight anyone like too high up. Like, Phil is a pretty good step up. It's like it's a very mid-tier flyweight, so this really tell you a lot about Cerulia's level and ability in this division, and I'd be down to see it. So let's do it. Cerulia and Philho. Book it. I see no reason not to. So again, I'd pick Cerulia there, but see if they actually do it. Not much more to say there. And yeah, that's about that for this fight. Just not really a lot to say about a fight that was 3.5 minutes and just Cerulia trying to get a submission. So until he actually got it, pretty self-explanatory and basic there. Goulet's terrible, and I hope he gets cut, but I don't think he will, honestly. I think they'll give him one more fight since he took this fight on very short notice after just fighting. And, yeah, one more can I say here. So, great bounce back win for Cerulia. Kid's good. Kid looked good here. I can't say he's good for sure, but he looked good here, and we'll see how he, goes on from here. Hopefully he can stay active now, see him maybe in a couple months. I would not be shocked to see him maybe on an Apex prelim, wouldn't be too surprising. And yeah, don't get me 24 years old soon. See how far this kid can go. So that being said, the only thing left to be said is who should they fight next. I like the idea of him, Rafael Filho. I think that's a reasonable step up in competition. And yeah, what more can really be said here. So good win, quick finish. Did not think you'd get a finish. And what more can I say? So this does not count for the Chinese fighters. This is just the Japan one, so yeah, unlucky there. And good bounce back win for Ray after losing to the champ. See where he can go. See where the kid goes from here. Maybe a rare good road to UFC winner. Jury's still out on that though. And then after that, we had our last good fight of the prelims, and for a while on this card before the card got pretty shitty. As we have in our 5th fight of the night, and maybe the most one-sided fight of the night that wasn't like 30 seconds. We had in our 5th fight of the night in the bantamweight division, legitimately this time on a short notice weight thing, legitimately a bantamweight fight here. As we had in our 5th fight of the night at bantamweight, the last good fight on the card for a while. Cody Haddon versus Orichi Lang. Speaking of return performances, what a return win for Cody Haddon here. The best he's looked in the UFC in his 2nd fight. And yeah, this was not even a fight, to be honest. Calling this a fight's kind of disrespectful. In round 1, Haddon just fucking ate him alive. 10-8 round across the board. I don't think anyone's gonna disagree with that. And yeah, just beat the shit out of him. Round 2, did more of the same till he finished him with body shots and got the win. So Haddon looked phenomenal here. Flawless victory. Another guy who should have got a bonus. And yeah, what can you really say here after a 2-year break? And fighting after a 2-year break, you want a performance like this, and this was a great performance. I said this was a step down from Dan Argueta, and clearly it was. And Haddon looked hungry, Haddon looked fresh, and Haddon ripped through him like it was nothing. So amazing performance from him here. What can you really say? And flawless victory. This kid's good. This kid's pretty damn good. And, welcome back. What more can you say? So, not really a fight at all. Richie Lane pretty much got his ass handed to him for, 8 minutes, 7 minutes? And, yeah, what a fucking beating, Jesus Christ. And China takes another loss. I'm trying to feel bad at this point, Jesus. To talk about the fighters here, beginning with the winner, Cody Haddon, now 2-0 in the UFC and looking the best he's ever looked, even compared to the Contender Series fight. This was just more well-rounded performance. He just beat his ass everywhere. In hindsight, he would have easily beat Wellmaker. And, yeah, good for Haddon, man. Like, same thing I say for Saruya. If he can stay active, I think this kid could be something. I think 27 years old, well-rounded, good fighter. This kid could really be something if he can just stay active. If he can fight again. Let's say we're about to end May. If he could fight by July or August, that'd be so ideal. But we'll have to wait and see if that holds true. And yeah, welcome back. Again, should have got a bonus, to be honest. Looked phenomenal. And this kid could be a problem. This kid could be a legit problem at bantamweight. Another. Just on this card alone, you add Cody Haddon back to the fold, and you get Rodrigo Vera for bantamweight. That division is just a fucking murderer's row at this point. And what a fucking return performance! This is a performance you have. This is the performance you want after a long layoff. So good for him. Great win. And what more can I say? So welcome back. Stay active. And then for the loser here, Richie Lang, who continues to prove my assessment of incorrect. 26-13, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I still stand by the idea that he is super average, actually below average. He's not a good fighter at all. He's really 4-6 in the UFC. His best win is Cody Gibson, which is a okay win to give him that. But he's just not good. He had that one great Jeff Molina fight, and he's been living off that ever since. And he's just not good. I don't know what you want me to say, so fuck just that bandwagon. I think Alatung Haley's way better. I think Alatung Haley's way fucking better at bantamweight. So, by the way, where the fuck is that guy? So, what more can I say there? Richie Lang is just not good. And with that being said, not really much more to be said here. I wish I had a fight idea for Haddon. I looked at nothing really jumped out at me. Like, you would have him fight Garrett Armfield, you could have him fight like a Christian Quinones. I wouldn't mind him and Quinones, maybe. Like that would be alright. But I don't know, like, that's kind of a step down. You kinda want to see Haddon get a little bit of a step up. Like, after fighting two guys like Argueda's pretty mid and Orichille's a step backwards, a below average guy. So you kind of want to see him get a little bit higher in competition, but we'll see if the UFC gives him that. If he can even fight again and at a consistent rate, who fucking knows? And hopefully we see him again this year. Again, they're going to go to Australia again, I think October, they usually do. Hopefully he can get on that card and do his thing, so we'll have to wait and see. The kid's good, though. I think the kid is really good. And if he can stay active, keep looking like this, we have a legit prospect on our hands. So what more can you really say there? And again, for Richie Lang, they're not going to cut him, obviously, but yeah, he sucks. I don't know what you want me to tell you. So that being said, not really much more need to be said here outside of great return win for Adam. Him and Saruga both having great return wins back to back. And, yeah, what more can I say there? Giving China their third straight loss on this card, and having in his second straight UFC win, and a hell of a return. Great fight, good performance, just a domination. Can barely call it a fight, and that's what you want to hear as the winner of said fight. And then we hit the really bad portion of the card for the next, I would say, 5 fights, but, you know, still, we might be getting to this fight quicker than you expect. And we go into our co-main event of the prelims, a terrible fight that was also bullshit at the end of it. As we had in our co-main event, the prelims, a shockingly terrible fight. The fight on paper that was the worst fight on the card was the worst fight on the card. Who would have thunk it? As we had our co-main event, the prelims at welterweight, in the worst fight of the night between Jose Souza, I don't know when he changed his name either, versus Ding Mang, or Mang Ding, whichever fucking way you want to go. And yeah, this was a complete robbery. Long story short, for 15 minutes, Souza just ran away and landed like 5 good shots all fight. Outside of that, he lost this fight. Maybe you can give Souza round 2. He did not win round 1 or 3, and this was bullshit. So, I scored 3 over Mang Ding, but if you want to give Souza round 2, fine, but yeah, this was bullshit. I don't know what you really want me to say here. Let me look. One judge had it right. Yeah, well, it's not perfect, but close to it. And, yeah, either way, both these guys are fucking terrible, as expected. Dang Ming sucks, and Jose Souza just ran away. And, yeah, what a waste of fucking roster space. So, as expected, the worst fight on the card was the worst fight on the card. And it was a robbery on top of that. We had to hit that fucking criteria on this card. And, yeah, we got that box checked of a robbery. We need it every week. I wonder if they get robbed at the White House. And, yeah, shitty fight next. And a robbery. I don't know which is worse, a fight being bad or it being a robbery. You tell me. And then we go to our featured prelim, which was not very good either. It was just kind of showing how dumb the UFC is when it comes to signing fighters, as we had in our co-featured prelim fight that had no business being the featured prelim, and between two guys who have no business being in the UFC. We have in our featured prelim at middleweight, Luis Felipe Diaz versus Isaac Lee. Well, he ain't called you Suck Lee for no reason. Yeah. What the fuck did they sign this guy for? Lee is fucking horrendous. Like, this dude is god awful. He made Luis Felipe Diaz look like Damian Pinos, for fuck's sake. It's like, what the fuck? This dude literally just didn't. He threw a couple leg kicks and got beat up by like the same 2 punches all fight. It's like, come on, dude. Like, what are you here for? I can almost guarantee you the UFC could have found a better middleweight that's either Korean, Japanese, or Chinese. I guarantee you. But they picked this jabroni. Wow, good job. Man, I got nothing to say about Luis Felipe Diaz. They found him someone shittier than he is. I still say he's terrible. I still say he would lose to 99% of the roster. I'd probably pick him against Cody Brundage. Like, obviously, I'm not gonna count Petrosky, so I don't think he's there anymore. Same thing with Doom. Like, I'm not counting guys like who are already cut, but like, he's not good. I'm struggling to think of many people I'd pick Diaz to actually beat. So, he's trash, he shouldn't have been signed to begin with, and he's just going to be a journeyman. And, nah, actually a journeyman is better than what he will be. He's just going to be cannon fodder. He'll be fighting a prospect very quickly. And, yeah, what can I really say here? So, shit fighters. Slee is fucking horrendous. I want to say cut him, but they won't. They'll give him one more chance. And, Diaz is terrible. Simple. Shitty fight. Knockout wasn't even that good either. Do better. And there you go. Those were the prelims. They had one really good stride of fights for about an hour and a half, but then the rest was a shitty opener and then 2 shitty fights to close it, as expected on the second part. And, I can't call the prelims bad when there was more good than bad on them, but ending on those 2 fucking notes is not really ideal or smart, and it was stupid to do that on paper and execution, because both fights sucked. At least this, why was this so high on the card? This, fine, this should not have been a featured prelim, but this could have been like under any of the good ones for a featured prelim. And, yeah, just UFC shooting themselves in the foot with their matchmaking like always. Not a terrible prelims, again, there was some really good on it, and you could easily give out 4 bonuses to all of these fighters, and I don't think anyone would complain, but they didn't. And, yeah, if you just watch this portion of the prelims, it's pretty great, so. Not a great way to end it, though. And, is the main card better? At the start, no, but it will get better, so let's get through the bad of the main card to get back to the good of this card. Beginning with the main card opener that did not have a winner. Haven't had this in a while this year. We had our main card opener that there's no reason to talk about because we didn't have a winner. Alex Perez versus Sumu Darji. Well, we haven't had no contest in a while. Was Aspinall being a quitter the last one? I feel like it was. So what happened? Round 1, Alex Perez won. In my opinion, it was close, but I think Alex Perez took round 1. Round 2, he got dropped, and after he was able to recover and get up, Sumu threw a leg kick that missed and grazed his cup, apparently. And that took Perez out. He had to throw up in a bucket, quote, quote. And, yeah, fight had to get canned. Obviously, I'll ask the obvious question, was Perez acting? Probably. I will say that, more than likely. But I'll also add, he does have the benefit of the doubt of it not being clear if he's acting or not. Like, it's not a Sterling, Aspinall, Bellato situation where it's obvious, so I'll give him that, but it's more than likely acting, because most foul reactions are, but I'll give him benefit of the doubt. I can't say for sure it was acting, but it probably was, especially if it's Alex pull out Perez, so take that as you will. So, simple solution here, rebooks his fight for August when they go back to China, and, yeah, no nut shots. So, rebook the fight and buy Alex Perez one of those stupid cups Joe Rogan keeps talking about, so, simple. Was he acting? Probably, but can't say for sure. Rebook it, and, yeah, not much to say. Is this the first no contest of the year? I feel like it is. I might be wrong. I might be blanking on a fight, so either way, it sucks that we had it happen here at the main card opener no less. And what more can I say there? As we go from that 2, our second fight of the main card, and our first fight of the main card to actually have a winner, so I guess you kind of want to call this the main card opener. Maybe you should. As we have in our second fight of the main card, I guess the real main card opener for UFC Macau, that gave us a real winner. We had in the worst fight on the main card, even was a Sumadarji fight, at least I had a moment, this sucked. We had Jake Matthews versus Carlston Harris. Yeah, Jake Matthews is going to win in Jake Matthews fashion. Not going to be exciting or entertaining. It's just going to be a Jake Matthews performance. For 15 minutes, Jake did what he clearly won. I didn't even score round 3. God, I can't. I think Verdict actually crashed at the end of the round, but there you go. I forgot to do that. But yeah, 30-27 across the board for Jake. First 2 rounds, nothing really happened. A little bit of striking, but nothing great. Round 3, he dropped Carlston pretty badly. Could have probably got a finish, but Jake's a dumbass and immune to finishes, and just laid on him. 30-27, and yeah, what can I really say here? It was a Jake Matthews win. So why is this saying I'm wrong? He literally won by decision, so fucking stupid. And yeah, what am I meant to say here? Jake Matthews is immune to finishes. Shocker. So there you go. To talk about the fighters, beginning with the winner here, Jake Matthews getting his 16th win in UFC over 12 years, his 8th decision win. So all his finishes combined are as many as he has decision. Jesus Christ. Yeah, again, he's immune to finishes. He's kind of like an Australian Sean Brady almost. He's completely okay with just laying on you. He fought Sean Brady. And yeah, what am I meant to say here? Could have got a finish here, but again, he doesn't do those very often. And it was a Jake Matthews fight. He wins in the most forgettable decision possible, and that was about that. So yeah, can you stop crying about that Neil Magny fight now? Let's hope. And then for the opponent here, Carlston Harris losing his 3rd and final fight in a row in the UFC at 38 years old, gonna be 39 soon. Yeah, you cut him, obviously. 4-4. At one point, this guy looked like a prospect, but he hasn't won a fight in 3 years. He's almost 39, and yeah, do I need another reason to cut him? Pretty simple, and yeah, what more can I really say there? So, I've had a fine little UFC career, but time is time, so bye-bye. Simple. And that being said, the only thing left to be said here is, who should they fight next? For Jake, who is he going to try and decision to death next? I have an idea, and I think that they might actually do this fight, and I'd kind of be down to see it. I would be really down to see Jake Matthews versus, where is he? I'd be down to see him fight Randy Brown. I think they've both kind of been in the same position in UFC for a long time. Very talented, just never really cracking into the top 15. And now at this point, neither of them will ever be top 15. We can just call a spade there. And let's see it. Randy needs a win badly. Could get another guy out the UFC here if Jake would do more to win this fight. And yeah, that's kind of, I can envision that now being like the featured fight on an Apex card or some shit. Like, it's a good fight. It'd be a good fight. Maybe like a few 2-3 years ago it would have been much better, but even now I think that'd be a pretty fine fight. And yeah, book it. They've never fought before, so do it. Randy Brown, Jake Matthews. in either October or maybe in the Apex. Book it, why not? So, pretty simple there. I'd be down to see it. Almost would be shocked. Almost crazy that is not like a top 15 fight between like number 13 versus number 14 or some shit, but they've never been able to get there, and now why not have them fight? So there you go. And yeah, not really much else to say here. Good win for Jake, even though it was boring, and it was boring, but it was the most Jake Matthews win possible, and that's a Jake Matthews win is never really exciting. He will get a finish every like 3 years, but outside of that, he's going to do this and win a boring decision. So worst fight in the main card, but a bounce back is a bounce back, and again, maybe he'll stop crying about that Neil Magny loss. So there you go. Again, as for Carlston, caught him. Let him go to GFL, PFL, what have you, and yeah, what more can I say here? So who should they fight next? I'm down to see Jake Matthews fight Randy Brown. I think that'd be a really good fight. I would pick Jake there with how they've both looked as of late, but never could count out Randy Brown, and what more can you really say there? So worst fight on the main card, but it was a Jake Matthews fight, so it's expected, and what more can you really say there? So there you go. And then after that we get to our third fight of the main card, which I'm not going to waste time clicking on because I have no respect for it and I don't want to talk about it. We had Kai Asakura versus Cameron Smotherman. Wow, I'm so fucking impressed that the UFC had to give Kai Asakura a guy whose career highlight is fainting for him to win a fight. So impressed. Dude fucking sucks. Cut Smotherman. And there you go. Simple. Next. Finally, after all that crap, 5 bad fights in a row, we finally get to the big 3 to end the card, which all were really good, beginning with the quickest fight of the night, and it was the lock of the night for a reason. We had in our featured bout of the main card at heavyweight, again the lock of the night for a reason, and the quickest fight of the night, which ain't a surprise. We had Sergey Pavlovich versus Talashin Teixeira. And you see why Pavlovich was my lock of the night? I could have went with Jake or Song and still been right, but I wanted to make sure I was right. And yeah, do I mean, even if you didn't see this fight, I know you can envision this fight in your head. Pavlovich knocked him out in 39 seconds. So the second he landed, Talashin was hurt. Pavlovich swarmed him, knocked him out, and yeah, it was nice to see some prime Pavlovich for a minute, even though he's still washed. It was good to see him turn to prime Pavlovich for a minute, even if it took him fighting a tomato can like Teixeira. It was good to see a Pavlovich knockout for the first time in like 4 years. So you love to see it, and what more can I really say here? So simple. To talk about the fighters real quick, beginning with the winner who, how did he not get a bonus? Sergey Pavlovich, bouncing back with his first knockout in 3 years. I was not far off though. Yeah, good for him. He's not getting a title shot because that's fucking stupid, but I'll talk about what I think will happen next to him in a minute, but you know, one more win? Sure, title shot right now, fuck no. His wins are not good enough. Jairzinho, no one even remembers that fight. Waldo, no one remembers that fight. Teixeira, that's self-explanatory. So, you know, take that as you will. He needs one more win. And I'm not gonna say that when if they do the fight, I'm thinking they might do. He ain't gonna win it, but I would be intrigued. So, what more can I really say here? Good to see you again. I still think Pavlovich is washed, but it's good to see prime Pavlovich for a second again, like the good old days. So And he knocked him out quicker. That was his quickest win in the UFC. I didn't realize that. Jesus Christ. So, good to see Prime Pavlovich one more time. And then for Taoiseach Teixeira, what do you really want me to say? The dude's fucking terrible. I'm not gonna click on him. He's shit. He's literally one of the worst heavyweights in UFC. You struggled against Tai Tuivasa. That says it all there. I would easily pick Louis Sutherland to beat him, just going for who just beat Tuivasa. And, yeah, Taoiseach's garbage. I don't know what you really want me to say there. Wouldn't be shocked if he lost 2 more and got cut. He is that fucking terrible. And, we can only hope that happens, so... Pretty simple there. And, God, is he terrible. He makes Stefan Struve look like a great fighter. Struve was great compared to fucking Teixeira, Jesus Christ. With that being said, only thing I have to say, not a fight idea, just an idea what I think might happen in the future. We might be talking about Pavlovich in 2 weeks for fight ideas, but right now, this is just an idea what I think might happen. For Sergey, I think what should happen, could happen, is this. Hokit beats Derek Lewis, and then that sets up Sergey, and the most hyped up man in the division right now, for a badass fight. Would anyone not want to see Josh Hokit and Sergey Pavlovich? I think that'd be awesome, and it makes sense after Hokit beats Lewis, because he's going to. I would love to see Hokit and Pavlovich. That's a fight night main, like an arena fight night main event. And I'd love to see it. I really hope they do that. And, yeah, pretty simple there. The winner of that easily gets a title shot. And, yeah, because outside of that, what can you do? Like, Gon's gonna lose, and Gon won't fight anytime soon after PR. Gon won't fight till 2027 after the PR fight. He already fought Volkov, it makes no sense. He already fought Waldo. Spivak's a waste of time, already fought him, and then none of these make any sense, so... After Hokit beats Lewis, though, I think Pavlovich and Hokit, right there, that could be a main event in, like, let's see, June, July, like, that could be a September fight night main event. Oh, not an Apex, a fight night, and, I hope they do it, so... I would love to see that, but can't say that an idea yet. He has to beat him. He has to beat Lewis first, but more than likely we'll be talking about Sergey after the White House card, so there you go. And yeah, with that being said, not really much more to be said there. Please get Teixeira out to top 15 for anyone fucking else. And yeah, he's terrible. He's terrible. Again, Pavlovich was a lock for a reason. Now I am 14-3 on locks of the night, and what more can I really say there? So, great win for Pavlovich. Good to see him look like prime Pavlovich one more time. And not gonna say for sure the fight idea, because the fight has to happen first. But I think we're gonna be talking about Pavlovich after the White House card for a fight idea. So. We'll see though, we'll see, and what more can you really say there, so good to see Prime Pavlovich one more time, and simple, what more can you say there? Great fight. And then after that we get to our co-main event of the evening. Oh, this brings me so much joy, truly so much fucking joy. I'm rare. It's rare that I'm actually happy to get a fight wrong. We have in our co-main event of the evening in the light heavyweight division, a fight that was just fucking amazing to watch. We had in the co-main, Alonzo Menafield versus Zhang Min Yang. I every time I talk about this fight, I just get so happy. Menafield fucking did it. He's embarrassed, this fucking idiot. He just took a fight to Zhang he couldn't handle. He I'll skill Zhang this. Zhang can take a punch, because it took a lot of the punches to put him down. But when they finally did put him down, and yeah, TKO win for Alonso. Amazing win, amazing fight, so fucking enjoyable. Did not deserve fight of the night. They're the performance bonus, not a fight of the night, but whatever. And I love when UFC's plans go up in smoke and their shitty hyped up guys lose. It's so enjoyable. So what more can I really say there? So I loved it. I loved it. Maybe my favorite fight on the card, just in terms of this idiot getting beat up. So I'm happy to get it wrong. I said in the breakdown, I said all week I want Metafield to win, and he actually won. So that makes me very happy. To talk about fighters, I'll talk about the loser first, because I think it's warranted here. And God, is this guy a loser? Zhang Mingyang. God, you suck. God, this dude fucking sucks. People have really tried to defend this guy, even before this fight. He's so shit, it's not even funny. He's not even getting beat by good fighters. He's been exposed by Johnny Walker and Alonzo Metafield. It's like, come the fuck on, dude. Dude, that's like if Song Yadong lost to Cheeto Vera and Henry Cejudo. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you are losing to guys who are handpicked for you to beat them. Like, you just suck. Like, the UFC has literally done everything to make Zhang Mingyang good, and he just sucks. Like, he's just not good. Johnny Walker exposed him, Manafield exposed him. This dude's awful. This dude's literally fucking terrible. And what more can you say here? I'm not picking him again, unless they literally give him a bottom of the barrel fighter, which, fuck, he might lose. Like, I'm trying to, who at light heavyweight would I pick him to beat? I'm picking Junior Tafa. I'm picking fucking, Billy Alacana. Like, who fucking Ibo Aslan. I'm picking Ibo, he's better. Like, Dayar Nurgazai, I'm picking Dayar. Zhang is awful. If they don't cut him, they should just fucking cut him. He's so fucking terrible. Like, this dude's literally trash. His best win is fucking Anthony Smith, and I don't even know if is Anthony Smith even better than fucking Ozzy Diaz? Fuck. Like, this dude's a joke. This dude's a fucking joke, and I'm so happy he lost. So I love the UFC's plans going up in smoke. I love a terrible fighter getting exposed again. Again, if he would have lost like Dominic Reyes and Nikita Krylov or Volkan Oezdemir, it would be more okay, fine, he's still a fraud, but it's more understandable. Johnny Walker and Alonzo Menifield, guys who are not even good enough to be called gatekeepers. Fucking pathetic, man. This dude sucks. Good riddance. The train was gone already, now that shit's buried. And, what a joke is all I can say. What a fucking joke. And as for the winner here, Alonzo Menifield, don't really have much to say about him. 38 years old, getting a win here. All his last 3 wins, all against terrible fucking prospects. Means that shit. And I'd pick Walker inside to beat Zhang, to be honest, so take that as you will. Yeah, what can you really say here? Menifield is still Menifield. He is not good, but he knows how to beat shitty fighters, so I think the fight idea from him is pretty obvious, but we'll get to that in a minute. And good for him, man. I don't get why he puts himself with people like Pat Barry, but that's his choice, I guess. And yeah, he's still not good. He's still a terrible fighter, but he's better than Zhang Mingyang. So what more can I really say there? So simple. And with that being said, the only thing left to be said here is, who should I fight next? For Alonzo Menafield, I think the idea is pretty obvious. Why not get him in there with Dominic Reyes? Get Reyes a good win after whatever the fuck that Johnny Walker fight was. And, yeah, I was gonna say this idea for Zhang if he would've won, and now it's Menafield's fight, so simple. Reyes gets a free bounce back win, and, you know, Reyes sucks so bad, Menafield might knock him out, so book it, why not? Because everyone above Menafield is booked. He's booked, yeah, 2 guys are going to heavyweight, and fucking Krylov is booked, so Ratchik, or Reyes and Menafield, book it. What a weird fucking fight. With that being said, not very much more to be said there. Menafield and Reyes sounds like an Apex main event during the pandemic. Ew. Fucking ew. Yeah, what am I really meant to say here? For Zhang and Yang again, I would love if they cut him, but they won't. They'll give him one more shot. Will they give him they might feed him to like a Yakyaev, to be honest. I wouldn't be too surprised, but we'll see what they do there. And, for Menafield, great performance, good win. So happy for this fight, man. This brought me so much. This was this card's Protez and JDM for me. Just fucking loved it. And, let's see, Menafield versus Reyes. Makes sense. So, book it. Pretty simple there, so not really much else to say. And, yeah, that being said, not much more to say. Great co-main, I loved it. Zhang Yang sucks, good riddance, and, sometimes I love getting a fight wrong, so, like this time, sometimes it's a blessing. And then finally, all roads led us to the main event of the evening at about 9:30 in the morning. Oh boy, was it worth it? Not as much as Protez and JDM. This fight was not great. As we had in our main event of the evening in the bantamweight division, could China end their night on a high note? They did, thankfully. As we had in the main event of the evening to end UFC Macau at about 10 in the morning, Song Yadong versus Davison Figueiredo. Yeah, this fight wasn't really good outside of the finish, was it? Yeah, round 1 is kind of just a feeling out process round. Very little happened. Figueiredo took round 1 in my opinion, but really nothing happened. Didn't matter in the end anyway. Round 2, kind of a lot of the same. Neither guy doing too much. Song was starting to perform a bit better and was winning the round until Figueiredo shot in, gave up his neck, and Song Yadong walks up the guillotine and gets the win. So pretty crazy there. Song Yadong's submission was never on the bingo card. I believe it's his 2nd ever career submission. And yeah, what can you really say here? So again, was the fight good? Not really. Up to the finish, it was really nothing special. But was where it was. Ended in a shocking finish, and China went home happy at least. So good for them. And yeah, there's not much to say about the fight. Kind of sucked, to be honest, until the gilly. So there you go. To talk about the fighters, another time we gotta talk about the loser first, but this time not to make fun of him, to actually kind of just say the truth about him. That being Davison Figueiredo. Please retire. Please, Figgy, retire. If he's gonna try and go one more time in Brazil or something for a retirement fight, fine. But like, don't. Could you please just like retire now? No one would mind if you did. But I don't think he's going to. I think he's gonna fight again. And this is just shaping up to be a Peyton Talbot victim. It's like, fuck. Like, he could easily be on a 5-fight losing streak right now if the Montel Jackson fight was probably not in Brazil, for being honest. God, God, he needs to retire. That, like, it's just time to retire, man. Like, the figure we saw even 2 years ago against Cheeto and Cody is not the one we see anymore. And time is just time, but fighters don't know when it's time to retire, and Figgy looks like another one of those type of fighters, so he's gonna be ending up getting fed to Peyton Talbot or David Martinez, and it's gonna be really fucking sad. So what can you do though? He doesn't want to retire, and UFC ain't gonna fucking cut him. So it's gonna be this would be a fine time to retire, but he wants to go out sad. That's on him, man. So it sucks, but that's just what's gonna happen, I guess. So it sucks. That really sucks. And as for the winner here, Song Dong sending the crowd home happy with their only other win of the night outside of Ming Dang, who got fucked over. Good for Song, getting his 4th ever submission, 2nd in the UFC, and yeah, getting a real main event win. That's a Henry Cejudo one. You know, he's actually 4-1 in main event, which is crazy. I supposed to say he beat O'Malley, so he threw out a 2-fight winning streak, and a good 2-fight winning streak after that. And yeah, I think we kind of know where he's gonna go from here. I think it's a pretty obvious next fight, but let's wait and see, I guess. Talk about that in a second, but yeah, kidding, he's a top bantamweight. He's been a top bantamweight. Can he ever pass by that top 5 ceiling and become like a top 3 champion level guy? Maybe. We'll have to wait and see, but and right now he's still a top 5 bantamweight dude. Well-rounded, he's phenomenal, and when he's on, he's fucking on. So what more can you really say there? And yeah, good winner for him, man. At home, time to crowd him happy. It's what he was meant to do, so good on him. And with that being said, the only thing left to be said here is, who should I fight next? For the winner here, Song Yadong, there's one option, and really one option only. That is a man he was linked to like a year or 2 ago to fight, but didn't actually happen. Umar Nurmagomedov. Yeah, it's time to do that fight. There's no reason not to. Umar ain't getting a title shot. Do it. They haven't fought before. Each other might be the only 2 guys might be the only guy they haven't fought in a division in the higher echelon, because O'Malley ain't gonna fight Umar. Yeah, Umar ain't getting a title shot till probably next year, and that's if he can get another win, and he needs another win. So like, Corey's booked, he's a hobby's gonna lose. Batista already fought Umar, and I don't think he's gonna fight Song if he were to beat Corey. So yeah, Umar and Song makes sense. Could be the main event of the August China card, and do it. So pretty simple. And then for Figgy again, I can just see the Peyton Talbot fight booked now in like 2 months for Brazil, or maybe like a pay-per-view, and it's gonna be sad. It's gonna be really sad, but that's probably what's gonna happen. So oh boy, can't wait. If he doesn't want to retire and he wants to go out sad, that's his choosing. So it sucks, but that's what he's gonna do. So there you go. And with that being said, not very much more to be said there. Again, not a great main event. The fight itself was kind of shitty up until the finish. And, yeah, what can I really say here? Figgy's old and needs to retire. Song is really good and pulled out a submission out of nowhere. Not terrible, but could have been much better. And, Who should they fight next? I like Song versus Umar. Makes sense, and it's long overdue to happen. Should have been here, to be honest. And Figgy should retire, but he's gonna be fed to Peyton Talbot probably within the next few months. So, oh boy, can't wait. And what more can I really say here? So, that being said, the only thing left to be said is not a great main event. So, there you go. Fine finish, not a great main, and fine way to end a decent trip to China for a few days. And with that being said, boom, that's the recap to how I did on picks. I went 7 of 13, 2 perfect, 375 or whatever. Adding Ding to the win column would get me. Yeah, Zhang, Smotherman, Lee, Zhang, and Luke Boumei screwed me, but you know, nothing new there. The bonuses for the card were kind of fucking, or not kind of, were stupid. 4th of the night to Song and Kai, 5th of the night to Menafield. Song, of course, Kai, I don't agree with at all, but Menafield should have got a 4th bonus, and you could have gave Pavlovich a bonus, or you could give Haddon a bonus, or you could give Saruya or Vera or Angie a bonus, but, you know, you gotta give Zhang Mingyang a bonus for some fucking reason, so stupid, fucking stupid. When like 6 people to their performance bonus, you give out a fight of the night. Dumb. Next, if you missed a card, what should I say? You should go back and rewatch. That's a pretty fucking simple answer. These 4 fights, and then you skip up until the last 3 fights. So, everything else is a waste of time, so skip all of this from Jose to Kai. Skip all that garbage, trust me. So just a good 4 prelims and final 3 fights. That's all you need. Second to last and the most important, best segment of all, the chopping block. Who's on it this week? I think it's a 2-headed block this week, and they fought back to back. Carlston Harris and Cameron Smotherman, bye-bye. Good riddance, and, yeah, no need to have either of them around. Aside of that, I don't see anyone else getting cut. Luma, no. Kanji, no. Panda, no. Gurley, maybe, but I doubt it. Orichi, no. Ding, no. Lee, no. Teixeira, I wish. Zhang, I really wish. And Figueiredo, of course, no. So, just say Smotherman and Harris can get the fuck out, so bye-bye. And lastly, most importantly, to end the recap, we always ask, what would I rate the card? Well, I think this card was, again, like I said at the beginning, I think this card kind of hit what its ceiling was, and that was a very alright card, very decent, some good moments, better than expected, to be honest. I'm gonna give it a 6.6 out of 10. I thought it was decent. I enjoyed a good amount of it, and I think anything, I think you could go as high, maybe to 6.7, you can go, 6.8 would be a lot, really high, and anything higher than that's too high, and I think anything under 6.6 would be low, so I'll go 6.6, I think that's a very fair rating, maybe even higher than a lot of people would go with it, and, yeah, I thought it was good. I left the card pretty happy. I thought there were some really good moments on it, and the good outweighs the bad in this scenario, and I enjoyed it. So 6.6 out of 10. I think that's more than fair, and there you go. So not really much more to say there. And with that being said, I think we can officially end our trip to China. Well, kind of, because I'm going to be doing a Road to UFC recap tomorrow, but that's about that. After that, we're really done with China till August, so fine trip. Good to come back to some pretty solid fights, and yeah, good to be back. 2 weeks to the White House. One last hurdle to the White House officially now, and that is next week's UFC Vegas 118, I believe. I believe it's UFC Vegas 118. I might be wrong, but I know it's in that ballpark. Bilal and Bonfim, oh fucking joy. So we'll talk about that garbage main, but actually a pretty good card under it next week. And yeah, then after that's the White House, so see what happens. Shit's gonna get crazy in the next 2 weeks, and fun trip to China. Now let's head to the Apex for some fucking reason, and not really much else to say there, so other than we're going to say something, which I don't believe I am. I believe the only thing left to say here is, as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. As always, RX out. Good vibes. Only. And always.